Probably a combination of all of it. I mean, stuff was good. Velocity was good today. Ball was coming out good. The change up, throwing it to righties. So had all the pitches working. The walks hurt him before the damage, to Castellanos a couple times. And, we got a couple guys are there really swinging the bat well. We didn't make them uncomfortable enough.
As far as the offensive side goes, you guys score 3 twice today, but then you're not able to come back and post a 0 after that. How important are those 0 innings after you guys do a nice job of coming back and putting a rally?
Yeah, it's something that we clearly need to be much better at. And today was an example of it, but it's taken place too much, where we score and don't go back out and get a shutdown inning. And it's not for lack of effort, but it is for lack of execution. I mean, we had 1 half-inning lead the whole series. And so the whole time, it felt like, boom, we'd score, and then boom, they'd come right back. Or they'd get the lead and, just not a recipe for how to win baseball games. So we've got to be better at it, clearly. Like I said, it just seems like we'd score and immediately the first guy's on. And again, it's not any lack of effort, but a lack of execution. So it will improve. It will improve, and it needs to improve.
Mike, something we're not really used to seeing is the home runs, be it at this park or be given up by your team. How much have they hurt you guys?
Yeah, they're hurting us. I mean, like I say, we had some free passes, which are going to happen. Some guys earn their walks, and that's part of the game. You got to tip your hat when they do that. But then, it feels like the homer right after, and, we've been getting some balls in the middle of the plate and just giving up damage regardless of ballpark, but including this one, which is, as we know, more typically pitcher-friendly. So it's just a matter of making more consistent quality pitches and making sure that we're not working out the stretch and giving anything free, and then making good pitches and limiting damage. But right now we're in that stretch where we're making mistakes and we're getting paid. They're making us pay for it.
How tough is it to come out of the series without figuring it out in at least one game? And how do you improve on that particular aspect of trying to beat these types of teams that are so good?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to continue. I mean, listen, we're clearly capable. We've beaten good teams this year, so let's don't minimize that. We've won 3 series in a row against teams with good records, so it's not like we're not capable. The reality, though, is we've got to be consistent in doing so. And that ball club over there, it's a group that clearly is playing the game well right now, and it's a good club. It's a well-run club. It's a clean club. They take good at bats. They do everything to make sure they're not giving you anything away. I mean, they had 1 miscue themselves this series defensively. We had none. So we played clean defensively. We just couldn't overcome, like I said, some of the base on balls. And the bats today were really pretty good. I felt like we strung together good at bats pretty much throughout the whole game. We would have 6 to show for it, and it's also one of those runs where you can't explain it. It's the proverbial baseball, but we're not going to whine about it. We're going to figure out how to be better. But balls are going off the top of walls, and line drives are getting caught behind people's back, and so the Globetrotters can't show up every day and get us. But as simple as really just making sure we out-execute people, and that's the name of this game. Always will be.
Mike, I know you didn't anticipate going 162 without a couple rough patches, but how do you kind of punch back from this one, and was maybe kind of the comeback late a part of that?
Really, the thing about it, I've said this because we've been on a good run, and then you get on a run that the ball doesn't go your way. It will always be about the execution for me. If you and I've alluded to some of it, we'll handle if there's any lack of focus or lack of effort, and there's none of that. There's not even close to any of that. This is a focus group. This is a group that's given the appropriate effort. But now it gets to be about just making sure we don't get too sideways with worried about streaks one way or the other. People, we're going to go on an 8-run and run. The fact of the matter is we just want to continue to make sure we execute and play solid baseball. And like I said, we played clean for 3 games, played really good. How about our right fielder, by the way? I mean, day after getting the Platinum Gold Glove, that's nice of baseball players you're going to see. So I'll pause there and celebrate that. But getting back to the point at hand is it's really as simple as making sure we're throwing quality strikes and making our routine plays and taking good, consistent at-bats that are even more important against guys that are tough and able to pitch and add, subtract. And over the course of the game and over the course of a series, the team that does that the most often is the team that's going to have a chance to win. And so if you lose sight of that and start to get distracted by all the other things and allow the lack of focus to take place, that's when, things can get sideways. But, we played a good club and didn't execute consistently enough to beat them, and we'll get back on that and make sure we do it. That's part of my responsibility.
Since we didn't get you before the game, the lineup change, I assume, was kind of matchup based. And did you like what you got from Profar in that spot, given kind of the success he's had against Taiwan?
Yes and yes. It wasn't as much matchup based, but I liked Pro up there. Wanted to give it a look, and it looked good today. And we'll see how we move forward. And gave Bogey an opportunity to maybe see it from a different spot and drive in some runs. And Pro didn't nice to continue to take good at bats. And when you're taking good at bats, and it doesn't really matter where you hit.
Can you go back to that Tatis throw and kind of, is that the type of play that I mean, for an outfielder to make, it's kind of got to be a former infielder, right? Like
I think that's a great point. I think it's just an athletic play, but his background and being able to have infield, throw from different angles, body control. I mean, the guy's got, stating the obvious here, guy's got amazing body control and athleticism, but the history of being able to throw from different angles and be able to, have the background at shortstop definitely helps him there. That's why I like him when he, takes ground balls occasionally and throws from different places for plays like that.
Higgy going to catch tomorrow?
That's likely to happen with Waldy going.
Would you? I'm sure you're not going to tell us because you probably haven't talked to the players.
That's right.
You got a lefty going. Is Manny going to play third? Could Campy be your DH or?
I've looked at a lot of different places. Other guys. I mean, if Manny plays third, there may be another opportunity for somebody else to get off their feet and get some at bats. And spread that DH around a little bit. But hey, I'm not sure if Manny's going to DH or play third tomorrow.
That's something you haven't done yet, and some managers don't. I don't know that we've asked you about it. A catcher.
Yeah, I've done it. I don't know if I don't know if it'll take place tomorrow for the. I did it in rookie ball, 100 years ago. It doesn't bother me. We end up going to a double switch. We figure it out, right? But tomorrow may be different in the sense that, like I said, we've got some guys that have been on their feet quite a bit, and Campy obviously came off the bench. Like he could do the same thing tomorrow. So, we'll evaluate how Manny feels, and we'll take it from there.